Hey everybody, thanks for joining us today. This is actually going to just be part one, and there'll be a little blooper at the end, so enjoy.
What's going on? It's Mecca.
Hey, you.
Freaking Dudeness is here. The Dudeness
Yeah.
hanging out with us. That's right, man. We're doing a little strike on, looks like Nessus today, dude. Wow. Look at this architecture, man. You got to think, the Vex. God, I don't even know. Actually, let me just say this: Bungie, they can really create worlds. It's amazing what they do. Look at the lights. God, dude, looks awesome. So what's up, Dudeness?
They're
How you
awesome.
been, man?
Not too bad. What's going
Good to
on?
have you. Good to have you on, man. I want to talk to you about a couple things. How about those Marvel movies
to
coming
play.
out? What's going on with that?
Oh, don't even get me started.
Well, okay. So Ragnarok's coming out, right? Should be out by the time people
Yeah.
start hearing this. So
Yeah.
should I watch it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course you should.
It looks awesome, man. I've seen the trailer multiple times.
Yeah, it does.
I love what I see. But so now you were telling me actually that it's actually the shortest of all the Marvel movies, right?
Well, actually, when I told you that, it was.
It really
I
okay.
read
So it's
a
changed.
news article. I read a news article about a week ago. It said they've added 30 minutes to the movie
Really, they added
since
of
I told
what?
you that. I don't know.
Like, it
they
was just too
added
short
30
or
minutes
what?
to the movie though. Oh, I think they have much bigger plans. They're gonna do the movie, but they got to tie into towards the end of the movie how it's gonna tie into
So
the
you think maybe
Infinity War movie that comes
a
out.
whole 30 minutes? That's actually quite a bit when it comes to movie time, because I mean
Yeah.
5 minutes
They
is
did.
enough. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, 5 minutes is enough to add a lot.
To do like an extra credit
You
scene,
know?
So 30 minutes, dude, that's quite a bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I
So they probably
wonder,
added a whole nother end credit scene. Plus, did you see the original trailer where he gets his hammer destroyed, and then in an alleyway in New York, and then the third trailer that came out, they changed that whole scene. He's now getting it destroyed. Spoilers, but he's
Yeah,
getting it
spoiler,
destroyed in the
guys.
middle of
Yeah.
a field.
okay, so you're saying
So they did change around
changed.
some
They
of that stuff too.
really, so the plot changed
Yeah,
too,
they
huh?
changed the environment of that where originally that part was going to take place in New York. Now it's taking place in one of the realms, one of the 9 realms.
I always wonder, like, when they're making these Marvel movies, like, what kind of, like, what decisions makes them say, all right, you know what, I think we're gonna go with this direction, because they added 30 minutes to the movie. Like, I wonder what made him change that. What made him? That's such a
Yeah.
little detail, but I wonder how
I don't
significant
know.
it is.
They
Because
probably had the early viewings, and then they could have been bad, they could have been good, but
well,
I
like,
wanted to improve stuff even more.
so, like, why is he? That was like, I guess, well, like, why would he have been in like New York? Like back there again? Like he loses his hammer there, I guess that would have been kind of weird.
Yeah, well, it kind of made sense. Did you
wow.
watch Doctor Strange?
I did, yeah, but I didn't know. See, I'm still confused. I always get confused with the timeline, so I don't know where Doctor Strange kind of
Yeah,
falls.
yeah, that's one of the most confusing things about the Marvel movies.
Because I know they're not like
Did you
like straight
stay?
away.
They're not. No, they're not. Did you stay for the end credits
I
of
did. I
Doctor
did.
Strange and see
I
where
did.
Thor meets up with him?
Okay, so kind of enlighten me on that, guys. This is gonna be a little spoilers if you guys have not seen Doctor Strange yet. But, so like, what actually happens? I totally forgot that scene. So what happens and what does that mean?
Well, the Doctor Strange movie takes place. I'm not sure if it's around the time of most of the other movies. Well, that's pretty broad. Um,
Yeah, considering a lot of them actually take place in many different.
yeah, yeah. Considering they have like 20 movies.
Yeah.
it takes place when I'd say, I don't want to be wrong here, but for before the most recent ones, like takes
Like,
place
at least give me the
before
before. Like, you
the
don't have to give
Spider-Man
me.
movie,
Oh, it does. Okay.
and yeah, and it takes place before Civil War too, I think. Like, it's not that recent. I think it takes place more back a little bit, like during the time of the original Avengers movies,
Hmm.
and maybe like Winter Soldier and stuff, because those were like 14 and 13, 12, you know. So
Dude,
I'm pretty sure it takes place closer to those movies, the timeline.
so for the people, because I saw Guardians of the Galaxy 2 as well, and God, I love that movie, dude.
See, that's an excellent movie too, but
Way,
that one's
yeah,
also confusing.
because
That
that
one
takes way
takes place
before, right?
6 months. Takes place 6 months after the first Guardians movie.
So way before anything else.
Yeah. So
That's
the first
crazy.
Guardians movie took place in 2014. So the second one takes place 6 months after that. So that's before like Age of Ultron, Winter Soldier, the Spider-Man movie. What
I've
else
always
is
wondered why
there?
they don't put like a little thing, like this,
Civil War.
like why don't they
Yeah.
put a disclaimer like,
Like
where
times.
are we? Yeah, because I'm watching
Yeah,
Guardians of the
yeah.
Galaxy, and a lot of people are thinking like must be happening around, like unless you're following it so directly, A lot of people are gonna be
Yeah.
thinking like this is happening like right after whatever movie I just saw, like Ant-Man. I just saw Ant-Man, must be
Yeah,
happening
yeah.
after that or around that, but it's not. Like holy crap!
No, it's not.
The jump in timeline is amazing in this freaking movies.
Yeah. It's gonna get even worse too. Like Black Panther will take place after Civil War, where we saw him last. We saw him with Captain America, and they were putting Bucky in putting him away to freeze, so they can fix his problems. But that movie is gonna take place like right after Civil War. So that one flows pretty well.
Okay,
Then
so
after that movie, we'll have Avengers Infinity War, which is like the most present, that's after Civil War. And it's the most present movie. Oh shit, shoot that guy right there.
heck yeah, dude. How are we not past this part yet? That's my question.
I don't know. Some new guy just joined our fire team, that's why.
Must be the new guy. And the
This guy
MCU,
right
man.
here. Look at him dance.
I always get confused
Jeez.
with the freaking timeline on that. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
how
it is
goes.
confusing. It's really confusing. It really is.
It's I don't
When
know.
you have 20 movies,
Well,
over 20
yeah, and
movies.
it's weird because you would think that people people go watch these movies, but they don't give any person, unless you're a true crazy fan, any other person context. So like the moms and the dads and the grandmas who are enjoying these movies, like they
Yeah.
must not know what's up. Like they're just like, whatever.
No,
End credit scene.
they have no
People
idea.
are cheering. Who knows? Who knows what that means? I don't know.
They're
But I'm
confused,
loving it.
yeah. But true fans are like, oh my gosh, do you know what that means?
Yeah, it means the broccoli is growing bigger.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
I guess so. In the new TV show coming out, because they're supposed to air those episodes.
Which one? Which TV show?
Isn't there a TV show like wasn't it I may be wrong, man, but the Inhumans?
Inhumans?
Yeah, like when
Yeah,
they supposed to
Inhumans
air those
is-
like in theater?
I'm not sure when it's airing or if it's. Yeah, they aired the first 2 episodes in IMAX.
Oh, they already did
did.
it?
Yeah, they already did it.
What? I didn't know this. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
they already
Oh, God, I'm
aired
so
the
out
first
of-
2 in IMAX, yeah.
Were they good?
Okay. I don't know. I've heard some pretty. I wouldn't say bad, but they are kind of bad, I guess.
Well, they were low budget, so
Well, they have not been the best. Like, I hear, like, the scripts are not the best, and some of the acting's okay. the higher budget actors they have in it are good. I don't know. Some of
I did see the cast. I
effects
didn't
they
recognize
have,
anybody really in the cast. I felt like it was a cast of new people, you know?
There's the one of them's from Game of Thrones. Another one was from Lost and a couple other shows. And then most of the rest of them, I don't really know.
I wonder why they opted for
They
this,
did
because weren't
change
they going to
some-
make a movie out of it?
They were. That was the original plan, yes. But they took a big, different leap in their timeline. They changed it way up because Inhumans was supposed to be at the end. It was supposed to be the first movie of Phase 4. But now they just changed it into a show. So
now,
I'm not sure.
because of the lower budget, I'm sure they can't cast like the best. And no, I'm not trying to say that actors who do TV or TV shows are not good. I'm just like, I wonder if they would have casted different people had they had the movie budget for it.
Yeah, they
know?
probably most likely. Yeah.
See, and that's what bothers me about this is that
'Cause,
so
like
why make a low budget if it's gonna be?
years-
I don't know.
know.
Go ahead. Go
yeah.
ahead.
Well,
Sorry.
years ago, when I think Vin Diesel was cast as Groot, there were rumors, I think, that he was also going to play Black Bolt, who's the leader of the Inhumans, and he wears a mask and he doesn't speak at all because when he speaks, that unleashes like sonic. Well, I don't know exactly what his superpowers are, but
Psionic powers.
pretty much can't talk.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
he can't talk because it'll destroy whatever's near him.
Like if there's like a
They
plant,
changed
he'll
some of the
destroy that.
stuff. I mean, anything in front of him. It's like a sonic scream kind of thing.
Whether it's a plant or
I
not,
guess
right?
a plant will do. Yeah, it's a plant. I mean, he'll probably destroy that too. I think a regular person could do that too, though.
I mean, I can't scream and destroy anything. I wish.
Oh, well, I meant just destroy a plant. I do that all the time.
You just go out beating up plants, huh?
Yeah.
Classic day. So he was gonna be cast, and then what happened?
Well, I heard a rumor that he was supposed to be cast, but it was a long ways away. That was like 2012, 2013.
Oh, okay.
And the movie was planned for 2019, the very first movie of Phase 4. And they changed a lot. So now the first movie of Phase 4 is Spider-Man Homecoming 2. Well, it's probably not going to be called that, but it'll be
But
Spider-Man
I think
2.
I know
That'll-
what you're saying.
That'll be the first movie of Phase 4. And then after that is Guardians 3.
What timeline is that set in? What movie is that set in after? Do you know?
Okay, so starting right now, we have Thor coming out tonight or tomorrow, depends where you live. Well, it depends when this comes out too. Then the next movie is Black Panther in February, which will be set, right after Civil War. Then after that is Infinity War this May, which takes place right after Thor, Ragnarok, and Black Panther. They're all right chronological.
Okay.
And
So-
after Infinity War, it gets a little different. They have the sequel to Ant-Man. It's Ant-Man and the Wasp. And then they
No,
have
is that
Captain
after
Marvel.
Infinity?
Yeah, that's after Infinity War. There's Infinity is like a two-part thing. There's Avengers Part 3 and 4.
Well, I mean, like timeline-wise, I'm just like,
And-
because some of these may be coming after those
timeline-wise?
movies.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I'll get timeline-wise in a minute here because that gets
Okay.
complicated.
All right. I'll let you
There's
finish it.
Infinity War, which is Avengers 3.
Mhm.
This May that comes out, and then I believe Ant-Man comes out. After that, Ant-Man and the Wasp, which will be chronological to the rest of them. The Infinity War, Black Panther, Thor Ragnarok. It'll be chronological. It takes place right after Infinity War.
Okay.
But then it gets complicated. Captain Marvel comes out right after Ant-Man, I believe. And that takes place in the 1990s.
Oh, really? Okay, that's interesting. I didn't know. I didn't
Which
know
is
that was
before any of our
Crap.
Marvel movies, except for Captain America. So, in the MCU timeline, she would be the first Avenger, besides Captain America, who takes place in World War II.
Okay.
Because that takes place before Tony Stark and everything. It was that one scene in Ant-Man, if you watched Ant-Man, where I think
Yeah,
it was
I
the 80s or really early 90s, where there's Howard Stark and Peggy Carter and what's his name? Scott Lang? No, Hank Pym, the original Ant-Man.
Okay.
They were all in the Triskelion and DC talking. It was at the very beginning of the Ant-Man movie. Remember that
Yeah,
part?
I didn't really I didn't really get the significance of all that. Why did they show that? Was that just part of the movie,
It
or
just
was that?
It was just part of the movie, but it kind of explained that Hank Pym, he was Ant-Man long before all the other Avengers,
Okay.
and he had the technology pretty much in the late 80s, early 90s.
Which is different than the comics, though, right?
Yeah, it's a little different than the comics.
Okay. Because I guess you could
But
say, like I guess you could say pretty much everything is different than the comics, huh? I mean.
yeah, they've changed a lot. Yeah. Then again, with the Captain Marvel, it'll take place in the 90s, and it'll be a Captain Marvel movie. But also, what's his name? Samuel L. Jackson will be in it as Nick Fury too, and he'll have two eyes.
I thought he was gonna go away from that. That's weird. Okay, so he's back
Well,
as Nick.
He'll be back. He'll be back as Nick Fury in the 90s, and he'll have both his eyes.
Okay. Okay.
Do you remember? I think Winter Soldier. He was a big part of that movie.
Yeah, that was a really
And-
good movie. That's one of the best movies, I think.
That was an excellent movie.
Yeah.
I love the chase scene where he's in the Chevy Suburban there.
Yeah, dude. I that whole movie is just awesome. The Winter Soldier just really like.
Yeah.
I felt like
was
it just
awesome.
it just made Captain America. I feel like the dude he really is. Like,
It was
just showed
such a
you
good movie.
who
Yeah.
he was. Yeah, it was awesome.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
In that movie, he said last time he trusted somebody, he lost an eye. So that kind of explains,
So you think he might
somehow
lose his
he
eye
lost an eye in the
in
past.
Captain Marvel? So you
So
think
he's
he
gonna
might
lose his eye. Yeah, he's gonna lose his eye in Captain Marvel, and we'll
Okay.
see why. But the enemy in Captain Marvel will be the Skrulls, and the Skrulls are like a race of aliens, and they can disguise themselves as any human. So, and it's pretty much like a secret invasion storyline where there's a couple Avengers, core Avengers, who half the time they were Skrulls, So you could pretty much pick a point in the MCU and say like Tony Stark was Tony Stark until the events of Avengers Age of Ultron, And that whole time from there on in, it was actually a Skrull, not Tony Stark,
So, wow. Okay, so that kind of that'll give him a lot of
We'll have
room
to
to
see
play.
what that movie.
Hey everyone, thank you for joining us on our part one for the Marvel movie Broken Play. Do appreciate you guys' time. If you guys like what you hear what you like, subscribe, press the little like button, and I'll leave you guys with a little blooper. All right, you guys have a good one.
All right, guys. This is a little special. Oh wait, they can't even hear us. What am I doing?
Special. What are you doing?
I
You don't even know.
I wasn't even on my face. I'm just talking to the
Oh
earth.
my god, so you're like talking to nobody.
Yeah.
Like, hey
Hey,
guys, this is a special episode where I'm talking to myself and playing Xbox. I'm not even in a party with anybody. I'm just literally talking to myself.